Welcome to the iGiveCatholic 2024 participant training. This is the 8th year that the Archdiocese of Atlanta participates in iGiveCatholic, and the Catholic Foundation. We provide this wonderful vehicle for all of our Catholic organizations in the Archdiocese to participate in a really special day to give back to Catholic organizations and Catholic ministries and missions that are so dear and important to all of our hearts. So I'm Juliet Greco. I'm working development for the Catholic Foundation, and we have Angela O'Donoghue, who manages all of our marketing and all of our communications. And we are here to provide some tips, some guidance, and share with you all ways that each and every one of you can be very successful with this campaign with iGiveCatholic. We have a special guest that is a true expert, as she and her parish, Holy Trinity, have been participating every year since the beginning, and she can share her expertise in this iGiveCatholic campaign. But with that, we will begin, as we do all things, calling on the Lord and the Holy Spirit to be with us and guide us. In the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. O Lord, giver of life, we know that all we are and all that we have are gifts from you. We live in a world that celebrates consumption, but you call us to be good stewards of all you have entrusted to us. May this Giving Tuesday prompt us to gratitude and generosity that brings nourishment to the hungry and hope to the hopeless. We pray that iGiveCatholic may be a miracle of loaves and fishes, where every gift shared lovingly from a grateful heart becomes bread for the multitudes, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. In this giving and receiving, may our hearts rejoice in you alone, who are Lord forever and ever. Amen. So the Catholic Foundation, why are we here? Why did we feel that this was a great opportunity for our archdiocese to participate with many, many other dioceses across the country? Well, it goes back to our vision to ensure that the Catholic community and its ministries have the financial resources to serve today and to serve in the future. So we, again, are the plan giving partner of the Archdiocese of Atlanta. So we work hard in partnership with you all to grow all the funds of the schools, the parishes, the nonprofit organizations, so that all those ministries can be successful today and again for many, many years to come in perpetuity. We provide education, tools, awareness on ways that your donors who care so deeply about your cause, about your mission, can think about and move forward with making room in their will or estate plans for your organization. So when they're no longer here, they, in fact, continue to give back to your organization, to the parish, to the schools, to the nonprofit that they care so deeply about long after they're gone. That is what our intention here at the Catholic Foundation, again, in partnership with each and all of you all. And then we have our grants program, where twice a year we open up the application process for you all on this call to be able to apply for a grant for initiatives or projects that you need funding for. And so that's a little bit of who we are for over 30 years in the Archdiocese of Atlanta, helping Catholics make a lasting difference. So what is iGiveCatholic? So this is the United States Catholic Giving Day. So Giving Tuesday has been around for many, many years. It's the day, it's the same day every year. So it's in the beginning of the charitable season. It is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So you've got Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then Giving Tuesday. So why not have your donors, your constituents give back to your organization on this Giving Day, which takes place December 3rd, 2024, 12 a.m. till 12 24 hours. But Advanced Day Giving starts 2 weeks before on November the 18th. So again, this is for schools, parishes, ministries, nonprofits to be able to fundraise for important initiatives that they are looking to carry out. So iGiveCatholic provides the training, the tools. It's very, very turnkey. We know how busy you all are, and this is an opportunity to be able to tap in to a proven methodology, to proven tips, to allow you all to have this giving day where you make it very easy for your folks to give to your organization and to be a part of something bigger. So everyone giving something just allows each of you all on this call, allows them to be a part of this big giving day that really does so much for our archdiocese. You can see that through the year. So our very first year in 2017, we said, how much do you think our archdiocese will raise? What do you think we can do? We had no idea, but we were so thrilled to see that in the very first year, over $200,000 was raised in the archdiocese. And last year it was over $1 million. So people in the community, they're accustomed to seeing the branding, iGiveCatholic on Giving Tuesday. They're accustomed to giving back to the organizations that they care deeply about. And so again, in the 8th year, how much will our archdiocese raise? We don't know. Well, sky's the limit, but hopefully after this call, you all will have some good ideas and utilize the resources and the tools that have already been created to make this a very successful, a very fulfilling campaign for each and every one of you.
So to piggyback off of that, we wanted to go ahead and share some of the different things that organizations fundraised for last year that contributed to that over $1 million total to organizations in our archdiocese. So to start off with, we have a couple of parishes. So the Cathedral of Christ the King they named their campaign, they called it Open Doors Through Open Hearts, and they were fundraising to get automatic door openers installed. If you've ever been to the cathedral, you know those doors are quite heavy. And so they wanted to do them for the exterior doors, from the cathedral to the parish hall and a couple of other places around campus. So they did a really nice job of using an image to tell 1,000 words. So they had several pictures like this of a wheelchair in front of a door. And then they also expanded it out to the greater community. So if you didn't necessarily resonate with this, they also mentioned if there are people with walkers or people with young kids, like a toddler on each hand and a diaper bag, or even sometimes if you're in a boot or on crutches, or they just really kind of emphasized how this project would help the whole parish and anybody that came to visit. So that was, I thought that was a really creative use of pictures, and then also having something that the whole parish would benefit from. One of the other churches that participated and has for the last several years is St. Monica. And for the last few years, they have used iGiveCatholic to raise funds to support their sister church, which is located in Haiti. And the church also runs a clinic. So they use iGiveCatholic as their big fundraising initiative for this. And I think it's really beautiful to they don't even fundraise for a project for themselves. They are fundraising to be able to provide both a faith community and also to provide wellness services to the greater community of their sister parish. A couple of the schools, several of our schools, and for all the schools on the call, they do use the I Give Catholic campaign as an opportunity to build up their annual fund. But then there are also several schools that highlight certain projects. So a couple of the ones that we saw last year where St. Joseph's in Marietta was raising funds to redo the flooring. So this picture is like a little cropped, but they had pictures of honestly carpeting in school goes the way that you think carpeting in school goes. So they had some students pose in the hallways over different parts that really needed some replacement. And you can see they really blew their goal out of the water. They wanted to raise $5,000 and they raised over 18,000. Holy Redeemer, another one of our parochial schools, was raising for phase one of a new sound system for the gym and cafeteria. So they really wanted to boost their performing arts technology. So they were replacing this sound system. So they also were looking to do it. I thought this was interesting that they did like a phase one and a phase two, because sometimes people put a number out as a goal in iGiveCatholic that's very intimidating to the community. So I thought breaking it up into phases was a good idea too. So people really feel like they've achieved something at the end of Giving Tuesday and then are looking forward to the next year too. So you can help build on that momentum. And then one of our high school's mayors last year was raising money to replace some flex furniture in one of their buildings. So they have several classrooms in this building, and then they have some flexible use spaces with whiteboards and screens and other things. So they were um, looking to replace some of that. So they had some nice visuals too. And these are some non-annual fund ideas that different schools used. And we also wanted to highlight a couple of ministries. So on the left, we have Ignatius House, and they have fundraised this past year on iGiveCatholic for, excuse me, they provide scholarships for men and women to go on retreat who are recovering from homelessness and addiction. So they have a goal to raise a certain number of scholarships, and the dollar amount matches that. They do a great job of posting about the impact stories of different people who have been on this retreat and how meaningful it's been to them as they continue to fundraise so that they can support this program in the future. And I also wanted to highlight one of our Catholic centers. So KSU was raising money last year for outdoor renovations. They have had a large increase in numbers of students coming and participating in their programs and masses and events over the last couple of years. And so they kind of had this spin that they needed to improve their outdoor area because they were absolutely at max capacity inside and needed some to be able to use more of the space that is around their Catholic center. And so you can see in this picture, they're having a student dinner, picnic benches, tables and chairs, and things like that. So another idea of something that you could fundraise for iGiveCatholic. That being said, we are going to go into some more details in just a couple of minutes about how to get your story up on the iGiveCatholic page, but it is very important that your great story does not just stay confined to your iGiveCatholic page. You have to share it with your community so that people know that it's there. Because you can have a great page, but if nobody knows that it exists, it's not going to be very successful. So you really want to use this opportunity to engage with your community to encourage current giving, as we said, for our project, an annual fund, or your endowment fund as well. We've had several organizations use that. There's a suggested communications timeline that iGiveCatholic puts out. So if this is your first year, either your organization's first year or your first year running the campaign, it is really simple to follow along. And then I would kind of make yourself notes and you can tweak it as you go, but you don't have to start from zero. So don't think that you just have to come up with a communications plan. There is one available and you can just tweak it as you go. And then rule 7 is an advertising rule. It basically just reminds you that people need to see something multiple times before they take an action. So some of the ideas that we have shared from different organizations that have participated in iGiveCatholic, you can see this is an example of 7 ways that someone might do it. So a newsletter announcement. Most organizations of all types, parish schools, nonprofits, you have a newsletter. Put it in there a couple of times leading up to the giving day. Put it on your website calendar. There are downloadable yard sign graphics available that you can get customized and printed yourselves to put up in your parking lot. This is really great for schools too. That carpool line, parents are a captive audience in that. So put some things up to get them thinking about I Give Catholic. Social media posts, of course. You can even do mailed things such as a letter or postcard, have a flyer in your entryway, or if you're a church and you have screens in your narthex, put up a slider on that so it's continuing to be in people's minds probably for the whole month of November. And then if you send any emails, it's a great idea to keep that as an announcement in your letters leading up to those weeks.
Thank you, Angela. So your I Give Catholic story, this there's no cookie cutter approach to this campaign. Each one of you engages with your donors in a different way. Each one of you has how your donors want to be communicated to, you reach out to, and know that this is a great opportunity to tap in and reach out to past donors, not just your current donors. This is a great opportunity. The statistics year over year of this campaign allowing for an opportunity to engage with brand new donors is impressive. It really is. So because this has such a reach, because of the ease of individuals being able to give to this, you can have an alumni or a grandparent of someone, that lives out of state, to contribute and be a part of your campaign. So again, just determine what are the best ways to reach out to all of your donors. But it's important just to tell your story. What do you want them to support? What do you want them to give to your general campaign, your general mission? But identify that project or that initiative and just make it very clear when you tell your story. Just ways to use, testimonials or individuals within your community, board members, other supporters, that will share and speak about the importance of the work that you all do. But photos and utilize the templates and the graphics that are on, and we'll showcase or show you where you can obtain if you're brand new all of these resources. But by utilizing, you see in these pictures, I Give Catholic. And then, you have supporters, you have the kids, you have priests, the deacons, board members holding up those signs, showing that they stand behind your initiative, your goals. That will go very, very far. So in continuation, to telling your story, to illustrate, the various ways, you see in these two pictures, on the side of, I Give Catholic because utilize that. It's beautiful to see that and tag, again, on social media, tag us. We will push it out as well. Tag, the I Give Catholic, the campaign, the folks in, this was created in New Orleans. So they will, again, push it out. They will help. We all collectively will help to increase the reach of your goals in this organization, for I Give Catholic. Make make goals that are attainable. Know that you can change those goals. If you exceed your goal, then make it bigger, right? It's as simple as that. But start with something that is tangible, that people can really wrap their arms around, and definitely celebrate your donors. I think it's just super exciting, especially the day of. but leading to, since people can start giving 2 weeks before I Give Catholic, the actual day, start celebrating those individuals that have given to you all. Put them, their names, on social media, highlight them, get a quote, get a picture from them. And this can be fun. Everybody likes a competition, so when the schools can kind of compete against each other and see, who can bring the most new donors or number of donations, or just you can be creative on ways that you can really highlight your success on this giving day, and people really will get so excited and just take you all to that next level to reach your goals. Again, by bringing your story to life through, yes, volunteers. You don't have to do this alone. Get a team together. Angela will speak to this as well, but you have, if you're new to this, but your organization has participated in the past, you have all your donors, the history of their donations, and again, she'll speak to that a little bit further. But tap into some of those individuals who have either given to your organization through iGiveCatholic or through other campaigns that you've had, and allow them to participate, to help you all to really grow, your reach. Have them be champions for this campaign. People love to do that, and especially because this is a very the time frame for this campaign, it's can be just a couple of weeks. Get a couple of volunteers, an iGiveCatholic team, so that you are not the only one doing this. And the students and the kids, they're magnificent resources, so have them help you all with this messaging. So, yeah, just also highlight ways that you all have been successful in years past. I love, there's one parish who has, they were super successful in their campaign. And for the next year, they said that they wanted to raise one more dollar than the previous year. And so people see what, the success that you had in the past, and they want to take you all to the next level. And make sure that you highlight what the money was used for in the previous campaign. People want to see the impact of their dollars. People want to see the impact of their donations, within your organization. So make sure that you show them how that money was put to good use. And then you need them again to be a part of this next initiative. So again, some of the key points here is to ensure that your profile, your main page, is just has great pictures and images, and really speak to your organization, really highlight the heart behind the work that you do. So ensure that is fun and really leaves an imprint in their minds, so that that profile page and any communication that you do, the story that you carry out in your emails, in your on social media, just make sure that all is visual and captivating, and tells your story in a very, very succinct and very powerful way, and really utilize those different donation levels. There's an opportunity to break it up and say, $25 will do this, for our organization, or $50 will do this, so people can see that whether they give, 25 or $100, or, to the next level, that, they are doing something super impactful within your organization. So utilize those different levels, and keep that very fluid and inspiring to your audience. And most importantly, have fun with this, because this is a very positive and very just a fantastic day, where it brings all of us together, especially in this archdiocese, the schools, the parishes, the nonprofits, the ministries. We're all working together on Giving Tuesday to make a significant impact in our community. And with that, we'd like to introduce Rosa Contreras with Holy Spirit Parish in Peachtree City.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for the invite. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes. Well, good afternoon, I guess. I have a cold, so I'm kind of still waking up. But anyway, so yes, here at Holy Trinity in Peachtree City, we have participated the 7 years so far. We love this campaign. We have grown to make it better and easier each day with the graphics and everything that you provide, all the tools that you give us, even though we cannot use all of them because that requires a lot of time. Everything that we have used has been very easy to cut and paste, to put it on our communication, on our bulletin, and our videos. And so those tools are very good. I recommend that you go through them and check them out because they are very, very good. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I think is the most important thing in our campaign. I think the project that you choose is very important. The more people you impact with that project, the easier it's going to be and the more welcoming it's going to be. So if like in the last project that we have was replacing these floors and the ceiling tiles, these holes go to the bathrooms. So anybody that comes to the church that needs to go to the bathroom will go through those holes. So that was everybody were like, yes, we need to replace those. They have been there forever. So it was easy for people to know what we were going to do and then to donate. Another important thing was the pictures, the videos that we did for that to show them, and it was also the hall to the choir room. So also those people were going to be benefited, and from another entrance for people that park in the back. So the videos always help a lot. If you have a voice on the video talking a little bit instead of people having to read how much money you want to raise and what is the project, if you can put a voice on the video, it's even better because people they read less and less. They want like a 5 or 3 minute video just explaining. So the better it is, as our experience has shown. Also, having kids, as you said, is very important, or having good leaders, people that are well known in the community, so they know that these people are supporting the project. They are more willing to hear about it and then support it. Advanced giving has been great because even though some people do want to wait until the last day to do it, a lot of people say, okay, I want to do it now. A lot of times they ask, it's funny because they think they can only do it on Giving Tuesday. And we have to really explain, no, 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 you can do it now. You don't have to wait. And then also a lot of people like to go on the website to do their giving donations, especially if they are already giving online. But a lot of people, they still like to do their checks or cash in the envelopes. So the envelopes that you have provided also help a lot because they just put it in there. We have a box and they put it in the box or the baskets. So that makes it very easy for them to donate. The matching donor is also one that we have used every year. We have a parishioner that is always willing to do the matching donor. In this case, it's usually $5,000. And people get really excited about that. They really get excited when they know that their donation is going to be matched. So they say, if I donate 20, does it mean it's going to be 40? And we're like, yes, it's going to be 40. So they are really enthusiastic about a matching donation. That has worked very, very well for us. Our projects have been different things from small things like, well, not that small, but changing doors. They were expensive doors, but they were only doors. But then we had one that was changing all our parking and our buildings, our classroom signage, which was really exciting. And people really liked the way that now it looks. And then 2 years ago, we did our kitchen. We pretty much made it 4 times the size. and 4 times the equipment. So people are very excited about the new kitchen that we did last year. And what else? What else? Let me see. I just got new ideas. I always join this Zoom, even though we've been here for 7 years. I always join it because I always get new ideas. So now, as I was listening to you, I get the ideas of putting some balloons in the vestibule. I was thinking, oh, okay, the colors for iGiveCatholic and the colors for the church. So I already get new ideas and new ideas to set up our goal. We still don't have 100% decided what our new project is going to be, but it's also going to be something regarding the maintenance of the church so people can see. So we're thinking about carpet changing to floor, or maybe the parking needs a little bit of improvement. So we're still debating on what to do, but well, I'm sure we're gonna have a good response. The pastor involved is very important too. I saw the other day that now they have a cap that has the logo iGiveCatholic. So I'm just about to get one for our pastor and tell him, you're going to wear it. We'll see if he does. But if not, I will do it. But yeah, his involvement is very important, especially if you can include him in the video. They know it's coming from him and not just a project that we need to do. So basically, I think that's it. I really enjoy it. We don't have that many people really involved to do this. It does require a lot of my time, but you can do it. You can do it. You really don't need an army of 20. You need some time, but you can do it with I don't know, 5 people maybe, especially the involvement of the pastor and the deacons and your staff. I think that's a good important part of it.
Yeah, and then Rosa, can I ask you to expand a little bit on how you do bilingual promotions?
Yes. First, the video. The video has to be bilingual. We have done it. One year we had like a Spanish one and then an English one, but we have a lot of parishioners that do attend the English masses, even though they speak Spanish, because their kids are now more into going into English mass, or because the schedule of our Spanish mass doesn't match their weekend. So we don't want to miss them. So we wanted to include them also in the video that we played before mass. So the video had to be bilingual. So we have do the voice, both English and Spanish, or the images are bilingual. So we try to reduce the text and just go to the basic stuff. This is the project. This is how much money we need. And this is when you can start giving. And this is how you can give. And we show the website in the vestibule, or on the app, on the other website, and the iGiveCatholic website. So we show all of the options, and it's very important. People, every year we see more Spanish-speaking families joining and understanding and seeing the impact of their donation. So it's very good, and also that helps make our church more like one church, instead of having the Spanish group in one side and the English group on the other one. Is more seen like, okay, we're just one church. It doesn't matter what language you speak, we are one church.
Great. This is a great opportunity for unifying your community. So I'm so glad that you highlighted that, Rosa. Early on, when we first started in iGiveCatholic, Rosa was critical to the success or the advancement of doing some translations and some ideas, and now finally, the iGiveCatholic headquarters, they're definitely on board, but they were using some of Rosa's and Holy Trinity's translations back when. So thank you for all your years of support with this campaign.
Thank you. It has been fun.
That's wonderful. So again, just to highlight the importance of leadership, the principal, the pastor, the CEO of your nonprofit, when they do the ask, when they stand behind, at the leadership at that level, then it trickles through the pews, or it trickles, through the rest of the organization. As when they stand behind a campaign or an initiative like this. And again, the numbers that we've shown you for the success of iGiveCatholic, again, we calculate those final numbers, a few days after Giving Tuesday, but many organizations continue to get gifts weeks and months afterwards, and that's fantastic and that's great. And so again, this is an opportunity. It's a vehicle to encourage giving, but it can start now. It could continue, months after Giving Tuesday. So, and that's great. The Catholic Foundation, we don't collect any fees, for our organization during iGiveCatholic. We just believe so strongly that this is a great opportunity for all the Catholic organizations in our archdiocese, and that's why we stand behind it. But we may highlight a fund or something, but this is all for you all. And again, if it means that you get a nice check a few weeks after the campaign, fantastic. We love that, and it was a success. So and Angela, maybe when you speak, so this year there is some merchandise, as Rosa mentioned, so that might be nice, for you all when you.
Can I show you my little thing that we did? This was, I think, the first year. Remember the logo?
Yes, that's
the original
great.
logo.
So we did these pins also for our ushers, so they will have it, and for the masses. So just wanted to share one of the things that we did for communication.
How great! Thank you so much.
I'm gonna hide myself.
Okay. Well,
Thank
thanks,
you,
Rosa, for sharing. I thought it would be nice for you guys to hear someone who has run this and to hear from her. So, as Juliet said, the Catholic Foundation, we do usually fundraise for a page as well, but we know our primary focus is getting the word out about iGiveCatholic to support your organizations. And then Rosa in the trenches can talk more about how she specifically runs it for an organization in our archdiocese. So a couple of best practices, and then we'll go a little bit more into behind the scenes. So some of this has already been touched on, but obviously personalizing your profile page. And I know Rosa was just talking about how they run theirs in English and Spanish, and that page they have all their text in English and then their text in Spanish. And there's an opportunity to put that video at the top. So if you're showing it before masses, put it on your page too. It's easy to reuse that multiple times. Attending webinars are a great start. So obviously, thank you for joining ours. iGiveCatholic, the national office, also hosts two. So they did host one a couple weeks ago, and you can go and watch the recording of that. And then they will host one right before Advanced Giving opens, and we have the date for that at the end of this. And if this is your first year, there's also a lot of training resources. So you can go through and watch videos that they've recorded on how to do these different things. So if you are a visual person that likes to see it, you can watch the videos. There's also a lot of help articles. So if you prefer to read it, whichever way you prefer to learn, those resources are out available for you. Also, I'm hoping we'll have a little time at the end so we can look at the resources page together. But if not, I'll definitely send that in the follow-up email. And as I said, they have a marketing toolkit. They have graphics. We're really excited that this year, all of the graphics are available in both English and Spanish. So at the beginning, it was only in English, and then they've slowly been adding like a couple of Spanish graphics. And this year, they're all everything is available in both languages. So we're really excited about that. And that is like based on a lot of feedback from you all that we have passed up, and then from other dioceses as well. So we're excited that it's very applicable for our diocese to have things in English and Spanish. So we're really excited to be able to pass that along to all of y'all. And then also just as a reminder, is to communicate in the ways it says school, but for your organization that are already out there. Again, however you already get your news out, just add iGiveCatholic in there. You don't have to have a large marketing budget for these kinds of things either. But if you do want to do some things, you can roll them over year to year, like Rosa just showed you that button that she had. That's easy to get printed once. Collect them all at the end of Mass if you have your ushers wear them, or your development staff, or your principal, and you can just break them out year over year again. Social media also is very really the cost is your time, but these things there are templates and other things available. So that does help speed it up as well. And then, as Juliet mentioned, and ask for other staff volunteers and other supporters. And we're about to go into a little bit more of the background, and I'll show you how you can let somebody do some of the editing on your page without seeing a lot of the other information. So I know the Catholic Centers sometimes will have their Catholic Student Association presidents as editors on the page, so they can go in and set that page up so that they don't have to do it, but somebody at the office is the one who manages those donation reports and things like that. So the students don't have access to see them, but they are able to change the page, put up a video, other things like that. And you can work on this right now. As soon as your organization is registered, you can go ahead and set up your page. So if September is not really busy for you, but you know November is going to be crunch time, go ahead and put everything up on your page that you can, and then you don't have to worry about it. It's ready when early giving starts. And then be creative. There are so many different opportunities to do things, and we do love when you guys share. So we look forward to seeing all the creative things that happen this year. Okay, so again, continuing to move into sort of that behind the scenes aspect of it. The giving platform that we use is a contract that iGiveCatholic has, and the company is called GiveGab, who has been bought out by Bonterra. I feel like I've been saying GiveGab/Bonterra for 4 years. It might not actually be that long, but it feels like it. Eventually, they will merge. You might see things from both GiveGab or Bonterra or cross-branded. So don't be surprised. But if you ever have questions on if an email is legitimate or not, please don't hesitate to ask us. Okay, so that's GiveGab/Bonterra. They have a help center, which is support.givegab.com. If you need any help articles, those will all be over there. They also have a blog and they have an email address. My preferred method is you'll see this little blue chat bubble. If you are on the iGiveCatholic platform, that blue chat bubble is going to be on the bottom right side of your screen. You can click it. This is like a snapshot of what comes up. You click that I am a nonprofit administrator and type in your question. Now, the important thing is that if you are logged in, that's all. You don't have to stay in the chat. They will send it to email. If you are not logged in, please make sure you put your email address in there, or they don't have any way to respond to you if you close out of the tab. So that'll just save you some trouble from having to submit the same question over and over again. Okay, so once you are logged in, your dashboard looks a little something like this. So these different boxes will turn green on the left as you go through and complete them. So adding your organization's info, this is more like your name, your city, other things like that. Add your story is what Juliet talked about, where you have the opportunity to share what you're fundraising for, to add your pictures, to put your videos in. You also have to have your organization verified to collect donations. So this is a little bit of a process. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time. So if you haven't started that yet, I recommend that. The reason that you have to do this is because you will start getting your donations direct deposited to your bank account on a rolling 3 to 5 day basis once advance giving starts. It's very easy. It's very seamless. You can look at everything, check your bank account, but you do need to go ahead and do that. So I would encourage people to get that done. And if you are returning from the previous year, it should just automatically roll over. But if you have questions on that, you can ask us or GiveGab. You can add those donation levels. So again, that's like a tangible way to see something. So I know Mercy Care often does this with $25 provides X number of pairs of socks for someone who's living on the street, or this amount provides for an additional service. So those aren't legally binding. If someone gives $25, it doesn't have to go to socks, but it helps someone have a tangible impression of what their money could be used for more than just giving $25. You'll notice that there is an X over the add a thank you message. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you put a thank you message in there, your donors won't see it. That's because iGiveCatholic is, as a sponsoring organization, they use their 501c3 to send the tax receipt, and so that automatically comes from them. We do encourage you to thank your donors individually, or in an additional way that's personalized from your organization. So you can still send them an email, but please don't fill out that thank you message there because your donors will not get it. And then fundraisers, if you choose to do peer-to-peer fundraising, which is a great opportunity. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for your first year, but if you're feeling more confident and want to try something new, that's a great option, and you can manage that there. Okay, this is the who can access your profile. So all of you that are on the call, I hope you pay special attention to this one. So if you're new, you're going to be able to add administrators. And if you're returning, you're going to be able to both add and remove anyone who may no longer be there, or maybe this is the year that you were leading a project and somebody else now is ready to like take a back seat on it. So when you're logged in, your left side menu will look like this, and you can click that drop arrow next to manage organization and then click add administrator. So this will let you add a new person. You'll get a little pop-up. And then if you want to see who's current administrators, you'll click supporters, and that will let you edit anybody on that. So the next couple of slides are about that as well, but I wanted to give you a little overview of what your administrative accesses are. So there's one level where it's just a supporter. That means that they probably donated to your organizations, but they are not going to have any admin access at all. Your Giving Day profile editor can work on your Giving Day profile. So again, if you wanted to have one of your students at a Catholic center, or you might have a parent volunteer, other things like that, that person can go in and they can edit your profile, and they do not have all the admin access that a full administrator has. So a full administrator, they can add administrators, they can remove administrators, they can look at your donation report, they can see everything behind the scenes. So they can input the banking information. The profile editor does not have that access. So that's kind of the difference between those two. And if you are a full admin, you can change those at any point for anybody. So if somebody's email is still in there and they're maybe they're a donor, but they used to work for you, you can remove their admin access, and then they'll just stay in there so you can see their giving history. So if you click add a administrator, these are your two options. So you have to do first name, last name, and email, and then you can choose what level you want to give them. So again, administrator is going to be that full access level, and then Giving Day profile is going to be that lesser level that still lets them help you, but not be able to see everything behind the scenes. And then this one is an example. So most of you will have more than 3 unless you're new, but you can see how this plays out in what your overview looks like. Now, I will say that although we are the sponsoring organization, Juliet and I, we cannot see this level for you. Only you can see your administrators. So if you have questions, I'm happy to help you get in contact with GiveGab, but I cannot see this screen for you. So, but you can tell who your administrators are, and then this blue key is what you would click on and off, and that's going to give somebody that full administrative access on there. I know this is like a little confusing, but if you want to go through and clean up, this is the best way to do it, and I'll send out the support article in the follow-ups for that. I did see a chat come in. Yes, we will send out the recording and the slides for this and a couple of other resources as well. So I encourage you, when you sign up your organization every year, to go ahead and check your administrators and make sure that they are up to date. This will both help you to make sure that all your information is staying secure. It will also help us because we get a lot of email bounce backs from administrators that are no longer there, and it will help us to maintain a cleaner database. So like I said, we can't look at this, but we can pull a list of admins, and that's who we send all of our email communications to. Okay. And then when you are sharing your profile page, so you can see at the top of this, there is no thank you message. That box is still blue. And then add fundraisers has a little green check. Eventually your whole list, except the thank you message, will have those green checks. And then down here on the side in this box that's highlighted in orange, it says view your profile. That's how you can go and look at your page. And then right underneath that, it says share your page. So you can customize this URL, sort of. You can customize the end of it. So I encourage you to do that. So, you know, in Catholic organizations, there's thousands of saints, but we feels like we pick a lot of the same ones often. So if it says givingday.org/St. Joseph, well, across the United States, there are probably thousands of St. Josephs. So we would recommend you have like St. Joseph's Athens or St. Joseph's Marietta or something that's easily identifiable Otherwise, it will probably be like St. Joseph and then a string of numbers that GiveGab will automatically add to there. But that is the URL that you want to share. It will take people directly to your Giving Day page. And the less clicks that a potential donor has to do, the more likely they are to follow through. So take them straight to your Giving Day page. They can click their donation amount and then roll from there. And that just is a little bit easier than sending them to the Atlanta page where they have to search for your organization and then a couple more clicks. So that is our recommendation, is to share that direct link right from there. And as Juliet mentioned earlier, please tag us. So we love iGiveCatholic. We love to see what everybody is doing. It's hard for us to keep up with all the organizations that participate, which is a beautiful burden. But if you tag us, we can help you share it. We'll share it and tag the Archdiocese, and just that expands your whole network. So if you are on social media, please engage with us when you share your page. And a couple of key features to use. As I said, if you're returning, peer-to-peer fundraising is a great opportunity to do. We have seen some successful organizations in our Archdiocese, but I know definitely across the nation, sometimes they have like priests compete, or they have, they've done, one of the seminaries has a couple of their seminarians compete. It can just be a really fun gamification of ways to raise a fund. And it's very similar to when you like participate in a 5K and you fundraise, but it's all going to the organization total. It's the same kind of thing. Matches and challenges are another fun way. This is all built into the system, so it helps move your thermometer. People love to see that if you have a match. There's different ways to set this up too, so I'm not really going to go into it. The help articles are good on that, but it is something to think about. And there are some resources too about trying to solicit a match or a challenge for your community as well. Leaderboards and friendly competition. So I went to Catholic school. I went to Catholic high school. I love when my Catholic high school is above our rival Catholic high school in that leaderboard. It's all, really, it is all fun and games because they're both doing well and you want them to meet their projects. But this is something that is special about a Giving Day campaign, and iGiveCatholic is that opportunity to kind of compete with each other. Video content, as I said, can go on the web, and then also video is really great on social media. It's one of the most engaged with content that you can put out there. And then lastly, another cool feature of iGiveCatholic is that you can enter offline gifts. I know this can be kind of a pain, so you might be thinking, why would I do that? And the real reason is that you want people to see your accurate reflection of your total. So by entering offline gifts, that person's name can also come up in your donor roll. So people love to see that. And then you can also make sure that that total is accurate. So you can continue to update that for a couple of days after iGiveCatholic as well. So I know some of our churches continue to receive envelopes in the second collection the weekend after Giving Tuesday. So a lot of the times on Monday, we also get a little boost in the last final total for our Archdiocese. And then I'm actually going to skip this slide. It just goes a little bit deeper into the different kinds of matches and challenges. But if you have questions on that, please feel free to contact me. It is, as Rosa said, a great opportunity. People really love to feel like their money is going further. So this is an easy way to do that, especially if you have a donor that regularly gives at the end of the year and might be willing to have that donation as part of your Giving Tuesday campaign. Juliet, you're on mute.
There you go. Great. So again, just to wrap up, we just have a couple more slides here, and we want to end on time. So leverage the resources that are available. Use the toolkit and see which pieces of it make sense for your organization. Use those e-blasts that are already created and all of the examples and verbiage and graphics that are already available to you. They are on the iGiveCatholic website. We also have them on our website as well at CFNGA. We've got an iGiveCatholic under the resources, a whole section on that as well. Social media, use all the timelines, their recommendations, and then just choose which ones you want to do. And you can create and set up set up some of the times, or some of the social media posts, you know, if you want to set them up, prior to this campaign, then that's great as well. Some bulletin inserts, just there's a lot of tools available to make this super easy. So don't think you have to, reinvent the wheel or create this content on your own. And the websites are really good. Again, there's some archived ones, and then some of the ones that Angela mentioned, which are coming up in the future. And the technical support, GiveGab, they're really, really good to work with. They're great, and so you can always contact us, but utilize the GiveGab folks as well, especially for the more technical questions.
Yeah, and I didn't add this on the slide, but one of the things that they talked about in a recent webinar is that if you use the Pringer Solutions Group social media for parishes, or if you use Flocknote, there are iGiveCatholic libraries in those. So definitely be sure to check those out and see what you can also use and repurpose without having to start from scratch.
We will have some collection envelopes available for you all. For some of you that are new or haven't used this in the past, again, there's some great, as you can see, below iGiveCatholic envelopes. We have bilingual ones as well. So we just need to know how many your organization needs, and we will have them ready for you. We'll have a pickup day as October the 2nd at our office, and we're in Sandy Springs, like right off of 285 and 400, kind of right near North Side and St. Joseph Hospital. But if that day doesn't work for you, we can be, can be a little flexible. So we'll send out a sign up for that, and have all the envelopes nice and ready for you when you come in. So next steps is, if you haven't registered your organization, please do so. You have until November the 1st. Follow on social media, hashtag iGiveCatholic and the Catholic Foundation too. We and they will also reshare and post and and it'll just give you extended reach. Watch your email for some really good tips from GiveGab, from Angela, from the iGiveCatholic Foundation. And just let us know if you would like those envelopes. A lot of times parishes might include it in a mailing, might have them in the back. It's just a reminder. It's very obvious that it's for iGiveCatholic, so it could just be another way, for people to that like to just, put some loose change, some cash that they have on them, utilize those, and they can just drop them in the offertory basket, or for schools, they can include them in the folders, the Friday folders or whatever. So let us know about that. And then some of the key dates, again, registration closes on the 1st of November, Advanced Giving Day, November 18th to December 2nd, and the big day, December 3rd for iGiveCatholic. And please mark your calendars for the November 13th training. So finally, just to highlight, please also mark your calendars. Utilize our resources. Utilize the Catholic Foundation's events. So we have, for Professional Advisors Network, we have a network happy hour. Go to our cfnga.org/events and register. Invite your finance council. Invite your donors. There's a legacy giving event post-election on estate tax planning by Nick Jurek, who is a phenomenal presenter. He's so knowledgeable. This will be at the Chancery on the 13th. The event in October will be in the Chambly, in a great little place called Hopsticks. And then our investment forum, this will be I think the 5th year. In Dunwoody, at Dunwoody Country Club. Again, we get great speakers that come and share market outlook, and it's just really a very well-attended and great event. But utilize these resources, these free resources, to help your mission, to help your donors, some value add for them. Thank you all for your time. Angela, did you want to, for anybody that wanted to stay on for just a
Yes, if anybody wants to stay on, we'll take a little look at the website, but I do realize it's 1 o'clock. So thank you so much for joining us. I think we also answered the questions in the chat, but if we missed anything, let us know. Somebody had a question about the yard signs. We're not providing any printed materials for iGiveCatholic this year, just those envelopes, but the graphic is available and you can also customize it a little bit, which is nice. You can put your church logo on that and then have them printed. We've recently had some yard signs printed at Office Depot, and they're not too expensive. So, and again, you can use those year after year. So it is a little more evergreen. Okay, let me see if I can get this to show the website. And again, as Juliet mentioned, we do have a resource page on our website, but for this, we'll specifically be looking at the iGiveCatholic website. Okay, is that sharing correctly?
Not yet. There we go.
Okay. Like it always goes faster on my screen than it does for everybody. So this is the iGiveCatholic website. If you haven't registered yet, you just click apply now and it will take you through that process. And then over here on the right where it says menu, you have graphics and downloads, resources, and trainings. Trainings are going to be those recorded videos on how to do things. Resources we'll go look at. It also links to the graphics and downloads as well. So this has a little bit more information. It talks you through getting started. It has a new goal setting guide this year. So that is really handy if you're trying to figure out how to get started or to elevate your efforts. It'll take you through how to get verified, again, with those administrators, and then completing your profile. If you choose to do peer-to-peer fundraising, here are the resources on that. And then here are the different toolkits that you can download for marketing. These will be emails, bulletin announcements, things like that. And again, very excited that it's fully available in English and Spanish this year. There's also a phone-a-thon option, which is new this year that I haven't really investigated, but it seems like a great resource. And then ways to give thanks. So after somebody donates, how you can follow up with them and continue to steward them through both your iGiveCatholic efforts and your regular stewardship. And then if you go to graphics and downloads, if you scroll down the page, everything is in English, but everything is also available in Spanish. So it starts with logos, it has social backgrounds. I'm not going to scroll the whole thing. But if you'll see right here, this third line down in Spanish says well, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Rosa, but the figurative translation is to download all the graphics in Spanish, click here. So you can do all of that in English and in Spanish. And then there's also a series of templates that you can use in Canva. So this has a list of all of them. And this is great because it lets you customize them. So you can go into Canva. Nonprofits can have a free account. So get premium, but don't pay for it. And you can go in and add your logo, customize it for what your purpose is, what you're fundraising for, but you don't have to start from scratch. You can see the yard sign is right there. There's a great opportunity for you to add your organization logo there. There's an iGiveCatholic printout page that, again, you can go ahead and add your parish, church, or school name as well. And there are all of these. And then there is one of these in Spanish, so I don't know where that's linked, but I will try to find that as well. So that's a brief overview of the page, and this is going to be available for you at any point. So anytime you go to atlanta.igivecatholic.org, you'll be able to find these different resources on there. And then obviously if you're signed in, you can do that as well. Does anybody have questions on any of that? Okay, well, thank you, ladies, for staying on till the end and for going a few minutes over. And thank you again, Rosa, for sharing about your iGiveCatholic experiences and how other organizations across the Archdiocese can use some of that to continue to have successful campaigns. And I thank all of you for joining us, and I look forward to having you on board for iGiveCatholic this year.
Thank you.